foul. That was absolutely ridiculous.
The Boston Bruins have won the Stanley Cup.
Up on down. Here comes a 1-2 pitch. Red Sox win the World Series.
I don't know. It's tough. Tom's up there, man.
Beantown.
What's up, Boston Bruins? Boston Bruins.
What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Jess. I made it here on YouTube and from Beantown Takes. We are back here with another video, and yes, I know this is a Bruins video and I'm wearing Celtics gear. It doesn't make any sense, but this is my second video that I'm uploading tonight, so I didn't really have time to change the attire. And today we reacted to FELGER and MAZZ, and the Panthers are toying with the Bruins. Now, if I had to make a guess on this video here, they're going to go into the series so far between the Panthers and the Bruins. By the time my video comes out here, Game 5 will be over, so we'll know if the Bruins have been eliminated or not. But I would have to assume that in this video here, that FELGER and MAZZ and Jim Murray, I believe, are going to be going into the Sam Bennett goal in the third period from Game 4 and the Game 4 loss altogether, and their opinions on the refs and everything from the series so far, especially from Game 4. I think they're going to really dive deep into the Game 4 in this video here, and I'm just not going to say my take on the entire thing. If you guys want, leave this video right now. Go to the video that I just previously uploaded, because that will give my entire thoughts from Game 4, from the Sam Bennett call, and the Bruins loss altogether. So go check that video out first before you watch the rest of this video here. Now we're going to hop straight into this video here, and we are going to be reacting to FELGER and MAZZ and their opinion on the call to allow the goal still and the loss altogether. Leave a thumbs up if you guys enjoy these videos. Subscribe now if you guys are new. You guys know what to do. Go check out our website. The link is in the description down below. If you want to help donate to go to these games, my Venmo account is in the description. Anything helps. Appreciate all the love and support. And without further ado, let's hop straight into this video.
I think it's reflective of the state of mind of the Bruins and their fans. They're frustrated because they're getting their asses beat. It was, I think, a 50-50 call. I think there's some truth to the argument that Swayman wasn't going to get there anyway. Again, I'm not telling you I can say that definitively. I think there's some merit to that argument. Was it a cross-check? Yeah, but you can't review a cross-check. What you can review is goalie interference.
Now, okay. Yes, you cannot review the cross-check. You can't review a penalty or a non-call penalty. I agree there. Yes, I know that. But if a dude literally pushes a player into his goalie that allowed him to get a goal, you can go back and say, oh, no goal. Like for the instance of the Sam Bennett goal, he came in, Coyle was gliding along, he came in, he cross-checks Coyle, no call, fine, whatever. Let it go, okay, cool. The puck's right there after he hits him, he puts it in the net and Swayman doesn't have a play on it. The reason why he didn't have a play on it is because he hit Coyle into Swayman. He cross-checked Coyle into Swayman. Bruins challenged the call, and if I was the ref in that situation, I would say, oh, he hit him into Swayman, which prevented Swayman from making a play. No goal. No goal. You can do that. But it stood all the way around. This wasn't a 50-50. That was not a 50-50.
So, to me, could it have gone either way? Yup. Is that why they lost the game? No.
I will agree with that.
I totally. And I don't think, just sticking to the call, first of all, I just disagree with Beersy when he says that's a no goal every day.
What?
I don't know about that. When I went to replay,
What?
I'm like, you know, and obviously.
What are you talking about?
More than 10 seconds. It's really like, okay. I don't know. And Beersy said it was a good challenge. I don't know, in hindsight, if it was a good challenge.
I mean, I'll say this. Given the way the thing has gone, it was probably worth the risk. Because
What planet am I on? How's that not goaltender interference? Sorry. Like, that's a cross-check in the back. It pushes the guy into the goalie. It shouldn't have been a goal.
Right.
100 times out of 100.
Right.
What's the if about it? I'm sorry. Like, what are you guys seeing here that I didn't?
Will you talk that shit, Murray? Will you talk that shit, man? Oh my god, Murray's like one of the best ones on this show, I'm not gonna lie to you. I can't stand Felger sometimes, but Murray, he's normally on it. I will say that. He's normally consistent on it. But absolutely, 100%. I agree with Jim Murray right now.
What planet am I on? How's that not goaltender interference? Sorry.
Right.
Like, that's a cross-check in the back. It pushes the guy into the goalie. It shouldn't have been a goal. 100 times out of 100. What's the if about it? I'm sorry. Like, what are you guys seeing here that I didn't?
Didn't I just say that too? I literally just said that. The cross-check forced Coyle into the goalie. Okay? They missed the penalty. Okay, fine. At bare minimum, it's a goalie interference, no goal. At bare minimum. That's at bare minimum. They got them both wrong.
I think it was guys grappling in front of the net. Coyle was sort of gliding into the
That's
crease
grappling.
Anyway. Bennett certainly helped him. If they called it on the ice, I don't think it would have been a bad call at all. I think that probably should have been the call on the ice. It's not black and white.
Probably.
And it's not 100 times out of 100 for me anyway. And obviously that's right because it went to replay and they upheld the goal. So it's like if it was so obvious on the rule, it would have been turned over in 2 seconds. It wasn't. And it's like I think this is sort of the Boston Truman Show bubble. Like just outrage when it's not. They went to the TNT panel after the game and some of them said it should stand, some of them said it should come back. And so I think the replay was questionable. I think it probably should have been called on the ice, but I say probably. Not 100%. Sorry, Murray, go ahead. Why do you think so?
I just think that the officiating has been dubious. And look, I don't ever want to come in here doing this job, whether it's here or on Saturdays, and blame officiating. But there's been two horrific calls in this series in the last 2 games. That goaltender interference last night that wasn't called, and the one on Lauko late in that game when they're down 4-2 and have a chance a little bit to maybe crawl back into that game.
Oh,
They
that
sucked
one was
that night
ridiculous,
anyway, so probably
too.
didn't deserve it. But that one, the 2 calls that got people to throw stuff on the ice was kind of deserved. The people were rightfully pissed because those were horrific calls.
So that.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Murray. Yes, voice of reason. Normally I side with MAZZ. But man, I gotta say, Murray, you're on it right now. You're hitting 1,000 right now with your takes. You're hitting 1,000. Felger's saying like he's okay with that or whatever. Like, dude, like how could you how as a hockey fan or whatever, you're okay with that being the call the way it is? It's all over the internet right now. This whole entire thing is all over the internet right now. And he's gonna sit up there and say, I think the no call was right. Like, what do you mean? What are you talking about, man?
This is where I agree with the criticism of the officiating. I feel like they're kind of all over the place. So some of the interference calls that existed were sort of ticky-tack. Like, it is a playoff game. Guys are stepping in front of guys all the time when they dump the pucks in. It's happening routinely. And then they decide to blow the whistle sometimes and not others. I just sort of feel like if you're going to put the whistles away, put the whistles away. Let it go. So I feel like there were some ticky-tack calls there late in that game.
How about the second one on Lindholm last night? So that one sticks out to me. That's where I feel like they are feeling, these refs are maybe feeling the effect of having gotten talked to by the league.
Where he nailed Kachuk?
Yeah.
That's a penalty.
Puck's right there. I'm sorry. Like,
oh my God, Mike Felger, dude. Really? Okay. Because this is the one I also talked on the video. And you can hear me say in the video that I went to the game, right? You can hear me say, "Yep, interference. The puck was right there. It's up for grabs. Of course there's going to be physical play going on. You just pinpoint Lindholm and hit him with an interference call? That's Ridiculous. Thank you, Murray. Yes. Beautiful. Absolutely. Murray is batting 2,000 right now. Never mind 1,000.
To me, that's where I feel like they are feeling, these refs are maybe feeling the effect of having gotten talked to by the league.
Where he nailed Kachuk?
Yeah.
That's a penalty.
Puck's right there. I'm sorry. Like, that one to me makes no sense.
Right.
Like, how's that interference?
Exactly.
Right.
See, but I just feel like they're letting a lot of that go through the course of the game. And I have to go back down and look at which one was which. But I'll tell you that I
think Lindholm has no clue when to hit people and when not to hit people. Lindholm has no idea how to play playoff hockey. None.
Can you put Murray back on the screen, please?
When he has the puck. He can't keep his feet or know what to do with the puck when he's in his own zone. When he doesn't have the puck, he doesn't know when to hit people and when not to hit people. He doesn't know when to take a penalty, when not to. He has no idea how to play playoff hockey. None. Not a playoff.
So I gotta ask you, Mike Felger, what was that play in Game 7 then? That he was in his own zone. He dumps the puck. He sees Pasta breaking. He dumps it into the zone. Lucky bounce for sure, but that goal in Game 7 was played perfect. It was played perfect. What was that? He's not even a Boston sports person. You know what I mean? He's from Wisconsin, bro. Why is he covering Boston sports? I don't get that.
Playoff player. I don't even think that was debatable, that call.
Yeah, it was.
He ran Kachuk with the puck in the air bouncing around like he's begging for it. Why would that guy ever get a call? He's clueless. Sorry.
No, I just feel like earlier in the game, there were a couple of times where pucks got dumped in, and I'm saying both ways, where defenders would stand in the way and not play the puck, play the man, take him out of the play, and technically that's interference. You know, so sometimes they call it, sometimes they don't. I just feel like if you're going to let the game get rugged, which is fine, I'm totally good with that, because it's the playoffs. I generally don't want the whistles. Then don't blow the whistle.
So this is the Bennett goal. We'll just start with that. I mean, obviously, to me, the story is that you're getting your ass kicked. Like I would be more outraged if the games were even.
Oh my God. Okay. Okay.
Slightly
fine. This is the first thing you said that's true all video.
They're toying with you. They are toying with you like your little children. Both in terms of the.
No, the Bruins mentality is what is killing them right now. They're not putting enough pucks on the net. That's what it is at the end of the day. They're just not putting enough pucks on the net. There's not enough opportunities for them to extend their lead. They're playing too conservative. They're beating themselves. That's what's happening right now. They're beating themselves. I do think Florida is the better team, obviously. I will agree with that. Not debating that. But these games could be a lot closer than what they actually are.
Hockey and all this other stuff. Yeah, they're just playing with you like catnip. Said that's what you are. But I mean, fine. Let's debate the rule. The TNT broadcast didn't help anybody. This is so. Who was the play-by-play guy? I know it's Panger down on the ice. I can't remember the play-by-play guy's name. Syracuse bot #1, whatever. Okay, whoever the play-by-play guy is. I'll just say as a quick aside, fans rail on the like Dean Blandinos of the world, the referee analysts that these broadcasts have. They didn't have one last night, and they desperately needed one. Because I think that led to the confusion if you're watching on TNT. They didn't know the rule, and there was no one there to explain it to them. Those cheap pricks at TNT hire a former official and put him on the crew. They needed it desperately because I'll start with the TNT.
Guys,
here's TNT, Jimmy. Give me that version of it, trying to explain the rule.
Hanger, from taking a look at the rule book, and just my interpretation of it, it seems to me that the only way they could have disallowed the goal was if they had called a penalty on the play, which they did not originally, and obviously can't do in video review.
I read we go through the rule book an awful lot. That's outside right there, but
the way the goalie interference rule reads, at this point when you're talking about a attacking player pushing a defending player in is that it can be disallowed if
that's an attacking player that pushes the player into the goaltender.
It says a penalty may be called at the discretion of the referee for the actions of the attacking player, and the goal is disallowed, but they did not think there was a penalty on the play.
Well, the rule book does say, and the rule book is the rule book, and if a defending player has been pushed, shoved, or fouled by an attacking player is to cause the defending player to come into contact with his own goaltender, such contact shall be deemed contact initiated by the attacking player for purposes of this rule, and if necessary, a penalty assessed to the attacking player. And if a goal is scored, it would be disallowed.
That's correct, but they cannot rule a penalty in review, so they would have had to call a penalty on the ice for that to have been no goal.
That's why I've got you.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way I'm taking it.
Okay, he says the play-by-play guy, whoever, there would have had to have been a penalty called on the ice for them to reverse the goal.
So, see, I don't think that's right.
I think
that's not right, no.
Okay, but I know that today, after like hearing a lot of the commentary and like going over it, but in real time, it's like, guys, this is why they have those replay analysts on the broadcast. And I know it's frustrating that the replay analysts don't criticize the officials, but at least they explain the rules.
Right.
Mostly, they're right. And there could have been someone there to say, no, you're allowed to challenge that. That could have been reviewed, but the standard on that has to be really high, and Coyle may not have met it here. You understand what I'm saying?
Of course, yes. Again, the cross-check is almost incidental. Could they have called a penalty there? Yeah, they didn't. That's not reviewable. So that part is not reviewable. What you then have to decide is, was the goal scored because Coyle was pushed into Swayman, whether there was a penalty or not? And then that, to me, becomes gray. That's how
how
I
does
That's how I look
how
at
does
it. So,
what is going on with my
Bruins
computer right
fans
now?
are
Can I
pissed,
pause
and
this?
I get it. I understand it. It's not the reason you lose.
Pause. Like, what the hell is going on my computer, first of all? Second of all, here's the thing, second of all. He got pushed by contact from the opposing player into the goalie that prevented the goalie to make a play on it. That's goalie interference. Whether it's a penalty or not, it's goalie interference. No goal. How can you sit here and say it becomes gray?
Into Swayman, whether there was a penalty or not. And then that, to me, becomes
Let me back it up one more time.
doable. What you then have to decide is, was the goal scored because Coyle was pushed into Swayman, whether there was a penalty or not?
Yes.
And then that,
the
to
answer
me,
is
becomes
yes.
gray.
How do you say? How is it
That's how I
gray?
did it. That's how I
How
look
is
at
it gray, man?
So, and I know Bruins fans are pissed, and I get it. I understand it. It's not the reason you're losing the series.
So that's
I
sort
agree
of
with
like,
that.
I'm sorry, that is obvious, right? And I'm not going to, I'm going there, but let's just debate the call,
Sure.
First. And that is, so they didn't call a cross-check on the ice. So you're not going to get that on replay. So they've already determined it's not a cross-check and you can't go there. So now they're determining how much grappling is allowed in front of the net between players. How much is it on Coyle to
hold his ground?
To hold his ground, exactly right. To keep, I was going to say, keep his feet, establish position, because you're allowed to jostle back and forth in front of the net. And and I'm not saying Coyle's necessarily doing this, but follow me. You're allowed to jostle back and forth in front of the net. What if the guy on defense is some weak ass wuss?
Coyle's back was turned on the play, man. Like, what do you want him to do there? He doesn't see Sam Bennett coming from behind. His back's turned on the play because the play is on the other side. What do you want him to do there? Oh, man, you and Tony Maserati are, dude, you're batting under 200 right now.
And he just topples into the goalie. But he wasn't pushed very hard. He just couldn't keep his feet. That shouldn't be on the offensive player is allowed to grapple in front of there.
I'm not gonna lie. In my opinion, this is a rare L for Tony Maserati, and this is a common L for Mike Felger.
And I'm not telling you again. If they called on the ice, I think it would have been a fine call. But on replay, where it's got to be whatever clear, obvious, a no-brainer, I don't think it was.
His back was turned, and the stick went into his back. He toppled into the goalie.
Right!
He didn't get
No goal.
No goal! Like, what? Like, how can you debate that? There's no debate about that. His back was turned, he got cross-checked into the goalie, and it prevented the goalie from making a play. No goal! Simple! End of discussion. You want to say they missed a penalty call for cross-checking? Fine! But at bare minimum, it's goalie interference, no goal.
It's up to the defending player to establish his position and hold his position to some level. All I'm saying is it wouldn't have been outrageous if it went the other way. I just think it was a close call. And it was a bad break. It went against you.
How is that a
oh
close
my God,
call,
pin
man?
it all on
How
that?
is that a close call?
What some people are doing.
No, so Murray, here's
Wow.
the point. Because I'm going to say, you know, it's a 50-50 cross-check. You say it's a cross-check. How many times do you see a guy cross-check a guy and it's not called? Happens all the time.
It
Man,
happens.
it does
Happens all
happen.
the time.
But when you look at it via replay, I would say if I was just a neutral observer, a ref who wasn't crooked, oh, that looks dirty, no goal.
Right. But
Thank
can't
you.
review-
Yes, exactly. And that's all that needs to be said right there. That is all that needs to be said. Because in the video that I just uploaded not too long ago, I said the reason why is the worst call I've ever seen is because they went to replay. Okay? They went to replay. They saw the cross-check. And they pretty much ignored the fact that he was cross-checked into the goalie that prevented Swayman from making a play. And they still ruled it a goal. That's why I said it's the worst play I've ever seen. So, Murray right here is spot on.
It's a 50-50 cross-check. You say it's a cross-check. How many times do you see a guy cross-check a guy and it's not called? Happens all the time.
It happens.
Happens all the time.
But when you look at it via replay, I would say if I was just a neutral observer, a ref who wasn't crooked, oh, that looks dirty, no goal.
Right, but you can't review the cross-check.
So I'm saying
that's not what he's saying. That's not what he's saying, Maz. What he's saying is you can say, okay, we missed the penalty there, but the hit that he had caused Coyle to go into Swayman, which prevented Swayman from making a play. No goal. It's as simple as that.
It's easy to. How can you not ignore that? Like,
that's what I'm
it's
saying.
Still interference, cross-check or not. He interfered with the player, pushed him into his goalie, puck went in, goal. I would look at that and say, oh, that looks dirty, no goal.
Exactly.
Either way, though, I agree with you. Two things can be true. They're getting manhandled. Florida's a better, stronger team. Florida's also a dirty team that's benefiting from some shady officiating these last couple of games.
Yep.
That's how I felt coming out of these last couple of games. The Bruins had, 18 shots on goal last night?
Right.
2 in the second
You're not
period.
gonna win that
That's
way.
Embarrassing. 31, I think, in
It
the
is
last 2
embarrassing.
games
I
combined.
agree.
As I said last night, if someone had the foresight to sell shirts last night outside the Garden on Causeway Street that said, shoot the puck, you a-holes, you'd make $1 million. These last couple of games. It's embarrassing. Shoot the effing puck. You even saw with the...
Hey, maybe I should make that t-shirt. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that's so true, though.
The last 2 games combined. As I said last night, if someone had the foresight to sell shirts last night outside the Garden on Causeway Street that said, shoot the puck, you a-holes, you'd make $1 million these last couple of games. It's embarrassing. Shoot the effing puck. You even saw with the not Forbort goal. Who am I thinking of? The defenseman, just
Carlo.
Carlo, thank you. That was a knuckleballer. It just shows you. Just shoot the puck on the net, you morons.
Yeah.
Just shoot. It might just get in because Bobrovsky's not all that great.
See, that's what you're frustrated by, Jim, and you're taking it out on the officials.
Oh my God, man! Get the f out of here, man! Oh man, you need to be sent down to single A after that, right there, dude. You're taking it out on the officials. How can you? Okay, you know what? This video's over. This video's over. I do want to see Jim Murray's reaction to what he just said there.
Puck on the net, you morons. Just shoot. It might just get in because Bobrovsky's not all that great.
See, that's what you're frustrated by, Jim, and you're taking it out on the officials.
I'll F the officials in all sports anyway. Put them all in prison.
What do we call that? Transferring? Or
That's so true.
Projecting.
Projecting. You're projecting.
Yeah, projecting.
You're all projecting, Boston. All of you. You're projecting.
That's what I think.
But we're here for you. Project away.
If you...
Oh, Jesus Christ. Shout out to Jim Murray, man. He just broke the record for the best batting average of all time. I'm not going to lie. in one video at least. He broke the record. Shout out to Jim Murray, man. To Felger and MAZZ, especially Felger. You had quite a bit of L's in this video, man. I'm not gonna lie. You had quite a bit of L's in that take. And then Tony Maserati, I mean, you were 50-50, man. I think Tony Maserati was batting maybe 250, 300. I mean, that's good in baseball, to be honest with you, but, like, he was somewhere in that range, 250, 300. There were some things that he was saying that I agree with. He didn't come off as more aggressive than Mike Felger did. Mike Felger had a huge L in this video here. His side of it, absolute L. Tony Maserati, that was probably like an N. But the biggest W in this video came from Jim Murray, because I agree with everything that he said. But I do agree, we can all agree on this. Me, Jim Murray, Tony Maserati, and Mike Felger. We can all agree on this, at least. Both are true. The refs have been horrible, and the Bruins are getting destroyed from the Florida Panthers. But at the same time, the Bruins are doing it to themselves because they're not being aggressive. They're playing conservative. So, I'm not putting the series on the refs. I'm putting the series on the Bruins and how they've played the entire series. We all agree on that, at the very least. So, leave a like if you guys enjoy. Subscribe now if you guys new. You guys know what to do. Go check out our website. The link is in the description down below. If you want to help donate to go to these games that I always go to, my Venmo account is in the description. Anything helps. Appreciate all the love and support. Thank you guys for watching this video. It's been your boy Jesse, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Later, guys.